Right now, get up to a $15 gift card after rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, it's Amy with intuitivecoachingwithamy.com. And I've got a question for you that will potentially increase your income. I'm saying potentially because once you answer it, then the hard part comes in. You got to implement it, you got to make it work. But it can increase your prosperity. I'm saying potentially because I also believe this question will increase your success. It will increase your happiness. It will increase your wellness. So it has a lot of effects, and you don't know really which one. But I know all of them, all areas of your life will be improved once you answer this question. So if you are new to this program, I'm an intuitive and a coach. I help people do really extraordinary things. And if you're sitting listening to this and you're thinking, well, Amy, I want to do really extraordinary things, and I keep trying, and I keep taking a class, and I keep going for it, and I keep applying for it, and I keep making strides, and I'm making little inch by inch steps, but I'm definitely not where I want to be, and I'm not sure what else I need to do. Well, if you're thinking that, then I would love to support you. Please consider my services. I'm an intuitive, so I read energy, as well as I will coach you how to use the wisdom coming forward so that you can create that miracle, that life of your dreams you've been seeking. So if you are interested in that, go to intuitivecoachingwithamy.com. Check out booking a single session with me. Also, pay attention to that Activate Intuitive Coaching package, as well as the Massive Result Intuitive Coaching package. That one's for people who really know they're almost there and they just need beautiful, amazing energy surrounding them to get them across the finish line in a really focused way. So check it out. All right, let's talk about this question. So where it came from, I'm pretty sure this is Brian Tracy. The book is Make More Money. And when I was reading, I'm reading. It's about halfway through the book that this question shows up. And I answer it for myself because I have a process where I read the question and I sit quietly and I put my hand over my heart and I ask myself the question again. And the answer that came forward for me was so different than what I would have expected that it changed everything in terms of my focus, in terms of the way I was going about my life, my projects, my business, my day to day. So I thought, let's do a show on it. Okay, so here's the question. Again, I want to cite the source. Brian Tracy, Make More Money. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it is a book in Kindle Unlimited. Okay. If you could wave a magic wand and be absolutely excellent at any one skill, what one skill would help you the most to double your income? And because I believe wealth and quality of life and all good things and wellness and it's all connected. It's all a high vibrational state, right? So I don't want to just limit it to money, but let's do it with money. So I'll ask you again. And if you need to write it down, I'm going to repeat it twice. And you can do your version, but get the end of the question really locked in correctly. If you could wave a magic wand and be absolutely excellent at any one skill, what one skill would help you the most to double your income? One more time. If you could wave a magic wand and be absolutely excellent at any one skill, what one skill would help you the most to double your income? I'll read it one more time for those writing it down. If you could wave a magic wand and be absolutely excellent at any one skill, what one skill would help you the most to double your income? I don't want you to use your intellectual brain to answer this question. Matter of fact, this isn't going to be a very long podcast, so finish the podcast and then ask yourself the question. And I'm going to give you a little bit of juicy stuff around it to really get a clean answer on this one because I think it's a game changer, right? So, I would I would use your spiritual know-how, your intuition, your inner wisdom system to answer this question. If you go into your intellect, right, as I was reading it through, and until I asked myself in the way I would ask for intuitive information, I don't think I would have gotten the same answer. Why? Because we've been programmed that success is supposed to look a certain way, wealth is supposed to look a certain way, we're supposed to be able to do this. And to be honest with you, if you're like, oh, I got to go read that book, it's not that great of a book. Is this question the gold in it? Absolutely. But Brian Tracy is a personal development teacher who's been in the space for a long time. He believes in modeling. As many of you know, I'm not a fan of modeling up to a point because I believe that the way we get anywhere in life is to do it our own way. We have to trust ourselves. We have to be ourselves. And so he takes this question into a very intellectual space, and he starts saying that these top people do these. And one of my biggest hangups with personal development taught in that way is that it has a privilegedness to it where it can be excluding, right? And so with everything, even this podcast, take what you need and leave the rest behind. So I'm telling you, this is the gold in the text. If you want to go read it, by all means. So I wouldn't go to the text and say, that'll help me answer the question. I don't think so. Because he gets into some facts and figures and percentages that I just don't think are fucking accurate. And I think it's dated to use those in personal development, but it was a tactic for certain teachers talking to a certain audience, and it was effective. And so, in no way am I putting down what's in the work, but I am saying that most people that listen to this program is either a woman or someone who identifies in a marginalized community, um, person of color, part of the LGBTQ, all those other letter community. So, you may have a disability. I find that some of his facts and figures are really driven towards that of a certain of a white man. Now, with that being said, is this a valuable question? Yes, but you have to answer it intuitively. So what I would do is take a deep breath, center yourself. You know, it might be a series of breathing. Inhale for 5, hold for 5, exhale for 5. Do 5 of those. Really center yourself. Say a prayer. Help me to see clearly. Help me to see things differently. Help me to know my truth for my highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of the planet. And then ask yourself the question: if you could wave a magic wand and be absolutely excellent at any one skill, what one skill would help you the most to double your income? And see what comes up. And you're going to get such a clear answer if you're centered, if you're not judging the process, if you're really open to knowing, if you are in a state of seeking, you know, being a spiritual seeker, you will get such a beautiful answer. And then the next step is you got to go implement that. And it will usually be one word. Um, and it will probably surprise you. It won't be the thing that you've been chasing all this time. You've been chasing it. You've just been chasing it in disguise as something else. And then ask yourself, how can I be more of that? What would my life look like if that were my reality? What would I be believing? What would I be thinking? What would I be feeling? What would I be, how would I be behaving in my day to day life? And as you start to really get comfortable with this new reality, and you'll play with it, you'll play with it, you'll play with it, you'll play with it, you'll probably play with it for a good chunk of time. You may want to journal on it. Then start implementing it. Do one little thing differently that's in alignment with that, right? So do one little thing differently that's in alignment with that and see how you feel. See how you feel. And if you want to talk about it with me, if you want to put together a strategy, and when I say strategy, if you want to look at it spiritually, like, Amy, how do I take this beautiful piece of intuitive information and execute it, act on it in my life? That's what I mean by strategy. Then I would love to support you in that. I think it's a brilliant question. Perfect, perfect to take you to the next level. Use every resource available to you. All right. Thank you for listening to this program. I'm an intuitive and a coach. If you are looking for an intuitive coach, I would love to support you. Information on my services can be found at intuitivecoachingwithamy.com. Pay attention to that Activate Intuitive Coaching package. If you like this program, you'll love my messages I send out twice a week, intuitive messages for free to people on my newsletter list. I'm also sending from time to time advanced content that I maybe would have turned into a course back in the day. And it may not be enough to put in a book. So I'm just giving it away to people on my list. So that is a perk. I just sent out something on time prosperity, a whole guide to creating time prosperity. And I just love seeing all the responses for people who found it helpful. So sign up for my newsletter. It is priceless, it's free, and it's an amazing resource to help you go to the next level in your life. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for listening. I look forward to connecting with you again. Take care.